we clean up and we stand up. And once we can stand up like a man on our own feet, we stop begging the white man. And we stop apologizing to the white man. We stop compromising with the white man. Then the world will look at us with recognition and then respect.
Man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 1, didn't say come.
No.
Yet, now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel.
And who?
And Israel.
Both kingdoms, go ahead.
Whom I have chosen.
That's who the Most High God chose. No other nation.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen, for I will pour water upon him.
Come
Now,
on.
that water is the spirit of the Holy Ruach, the knowledge.
And I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground.
Because where we are at in this captivity, the ground is dry. We don't have knowledge. Our pastors ain't, our elders ain't teaching us. Go ahead,
that goes along with the dry ground is a lot of us. Us.
It's
That
a lot of
goes
us.
along with the dry bones.
The dry bones, that's right, all praise. So he gonna pour his spirit, that goes back to he gonna pour his spirit
That's right.
upon our flesh. Right?
That's right.
Alright, go give me Amos 3 and 2. I'll give her, go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2, didn't say come.
Well, I know.
Matter of fact, start at 1. Start at 1, 3 and 1.
Yeah.
3 and 1.
Con, go ahead.
Come. Yeah,
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
Against who?
O children of Israel,
Most High God spoke this word against the children of Israel.
against the whole family.
Now, just the southern kingdom.
The whole family.
No other man, 7 tribes.
The whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known.
You wonder why we going through what we going through and all these other nations can eat shrimp, pork, shrimp, crab, lobsters? We got the highest rate of high blood pressure, repetition, diabetes, because they not being punished. They didn't get a law. So the Most High God will punish us for what?
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
For all our sins.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two walk together except they be agreed? We as people, we as family, we all supposed to be, goes back to that one body. We can't, I don't believe in this and you believe in that, then we going to bring strife towards each other. We supposed to all be of one sound mind. All walking together in Christ, in the Word, in the law.
Right.
Loving the Most High God and loving our people, that's the second most important thing. Because I'm not saying people in this church, but our people out here in the world, we don't love each other. We it's like we hate one another. Go ahead.
I agree with that. In this passage, the Most High is speaking to Israel, saying, we're not walking together, Israel.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
And hold on, let me give you another example of how we're not walking together. If you go on Facebook and you see all these different camps, every camp, I'm going to use the example of the Passover. Every camp hold different dates for Passovers, right? You see that, don't you?
Right, I see it.
And then when we read in the book of Amos, which says, I have hated and despised your feast days. He's not just talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
He's not just talking about Thanksgiving. He's talking about the feast days that we keeping that we're not keeping on the correct date. We're not keeping those on the correct date. So how can he honor that if it's not the date that he told us to keep it on? He gave us instructions in his Bible in the book of Leviticus chapter 23, what day to keep Passover, what day to keep Day of Atonement, what day to keep first fruits, and all those things. We can't just say, well, we're in captivity, we're doing the best we can. No, it is imperative that we find out as a whole, as a group, which day it is. Because if not, that day that we worshiping, that we serving on, the Most High God is not accepting that.
Amen.
It's not the day that he told us to keep it on. Go ahead, Pastor.
My feast day committee, how we doing?
Okay, I gotta bring this out. I thought we were gonna talk about these moons on Tuesday. But
I couldn't make it. I know I told you.
No, I understand, but then I came in, I seen that Brother Will was the facilitator for us to learn about what he talked about that day. But I thought we was I could
Yeah,
group
I
text.
don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, in the group text we were supposed to bring, everybody supposed to bring
I
their
thought it was
there.
your idea too, but I'm gonna
I put that on there. And I don't know who opined.
But
this is something we need
it's
to
my
do.
responsibility as a pastor, and so I apologize. We need to address that immediately.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. But we'll get on that. I don't know.
Immediately, yeah, not tonight. As a matter of fact, tomorrow will be a good day to work on.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
So everybody can be here tomorrow. We don't want to even worry about a facilitator tomorrow.
Yeah.
And let's get on that and work on that so we can get our ducks in a row.
Yeah, because we don't want to just do it in vain.
Absolutely.
We want to burn that lamb up and party and have our wine, and it's not worth nothing.
Exactly.
Because we're doing it for the Most High God. And we have to also realize that all these feast days that we're keeping, it's like a dress rehearsal for the wedding. That's what this is. You know how people get married and they have a dress rehearsal before the main event? That's what these are. That's why the Most High God have us keeping us. Tabernacles. We have to go back to the wilderness. So we have to learn how tabernacles is getting us ready for living in the wilderness in boots again like we did when we left Egypt. So these things are very important that we keep them on the days that he said. We can't cop out and say, well, we in captivity, we doing the best we can. No, the Most High God gave us this book, and we have to go by the signs that he gave us.
Well,
and don't use that Roman calendar. Go ahead.
Can you see the accelerated course? Can you see it? Can you see that he's correcting our error?
That's right.
Can you see that he's making us examine ourselves
What we supposed to do.
so that we can get it right?
That's right.
Amen. Now,
Less than a month.
it's been less than a month. Now listen, I want everybody here tomorrow night.
Yeah, this
Right.
Everybody here tomorrow night. And so that we can get it right.
Important.
That's very important.
Extremely. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, we're at Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. Now we get into the division because the Most High God never meant for us to be in a melting pot. The first melting pot was Babylon, and we see how that turned out. Go ahead, Al.
I got a question. Do anybody know what law means in Hebrew?
I know.
Law I know how to say commandment in Hebrew.
The law. What does it mean in Hebrew?
Bring it up.
Instructions.
Instructions.
Okay.
That's all it means. Instructions.
Amen.
Like you can go buy anything from Walmart.
Ain't got
anything.
instructions on
It
it.
got instructions.
That's what this book is. The
It's
instructions.
your instructions.
Basic
That's right.
instructions.
Instruction manual.
Amen.
All right. Go ahead, Al.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nation.
What did he do?
Divided to the nation.
The Most High God divided the nations.
Their inheritance.
Their inheritance, which is your land, or whatever else he gave you. Like some lands, like in Ishmael, they got all that oil in their land. You know what I'm saying? That's what their inheritance was to this very day. Go ahead.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
He did what?
He separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Keep going.
Oh.
For the Lord's portion is his
right.
Wait a minute.
Don't miss your shot, though. That's right, Milan.
Hey, he separated them according to his people, man.
His people.
They
He
wanted
separated
waited-
all these other nations to according to his
They
people.
didn't get nothing until he dealt with his people first.
That's right. Keep
They
going.
got the leftovers.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
No, everybody.
His people.
That's right.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Because we go in the Apocrypha and Second Esdras, the world was created for us.
That's
This
right.
world was supposed to be ours.
They don't want to talk about
Let's go there. Let's go there real quick. Second Esdras 6:54. Second Esdras.
Teach, young man.
54 and
No, Second Esdras chapter 6 verse 54.
Oh,
We're gonna start at 54.
You get it? Say con.
Huh? Go ahead.
it's one of my favorite verses.
Because the world was made for our sakes. Go ahead. That was your. They got their little parcel of land, but we got the world. We got the rulership. We supposed to be on top. Go ahead.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54. Read all the way down to 59.
Yes, sir.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. Japanese, black, white, Chinese. Everybody came from Adam. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
See, he made a distinction. And the people who we chose. We just read Jacob was the people he chose.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
For whose sakes?
Our sake.
That's our portion, this whole world. We're not supposed to be talking about Africa. We're not supposed to be talking about one continent. This whole world is ours.
Bring it out.
Go ahead, up.
Come on.
So I ain't got to be claiming that block over.
No, you got to claim 34th. You got to claim Jackson Heights. This whole world ours.
Right.
As for the...
Go ahead, Pat.
Tell it like you mean it. You ain't got to claim the project.
You got to claim it. This
The
whole
project.
world.
Central Park. Come on.
Right.
Pastor Leon.
Pastor Leon.
The whole,
Come on.
While these brothers out here fighting over blocks, dying over blocks, this whole world is.
That's right.
So Olivia, you ain't got to claim Compton.
What said you claim? You claim the world. That's how I said.
That's right.
And as for the other people, which also come of Adam,
Because they came from Adam too, all these heathens. Go ahead.
thou, you God, has said that they are nothing.
Did I say that?
Thou, you God,
Yeah.
has said they are nothing.
They are nothing.
But be like unto spittle.
What is spittle?
Spit.
Spit. That's what God compared these other
Hang on,
people to.
hang on. I started you. Man, you better stop.
That's what God compared these people to. Spit.
On the
Go
ground.
ahead, up.
Sitting up.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, look, these heathen have become to be lords over us.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, you missed some parts.
Something was missing.
You
Go
gotta
back.
read that reputed part.
Yeah, they're reputed.
Recruited is nothing.
We gotta let them know who they are.
And as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
I mean, ever, since they was created, they have been, and we gonna go and give me Deuteronomy. Finish that, then give me Deuteronomy 32:21.
So
go ahead.
I got a precept for that. That's
Go ahead.
Isaiah 40.
He said the same thing.
He said the same thing. He
But
said,
right here he said that they are nothing.
They nothing.
But in Isaiah he said they are less than nothing.
Less than that. And I'm gonna take you to less than nothing.
But like the small dust of
Which
valleys.
mean they
But
negative.
I didn't hear that. I didn't see that less part. That less than
Bring it
that.
up.
Say you
Bring it
less
up.
than
Ooh, that's deep.
Bring it
Yeah.
up.
And your bank
Less
account
than nothing.
negative.
Ooh wee.
Alright, I got that right.
So
here.
our people need to hear this, and this will build up our self-esteem. Because the reason they gave you white God and white Jesus, so you when you see them, you see God.
Right.
And when you see your brothers and your sisters, you see, excuse my language, you see niggas.
That's right.
We not niggas, we kings. Our women
Come
are
on.
queens. Our women ain't no bad bees. Our women are queens.
That's right. That's
But
right.
if all they see on TV is we calling our women bees and calling our brothers real ends, that's all you're going to see. But then when you see them, you're going to see God. But no, we got to, when I see my brother, I see God. When I see my sisters, I see queens. Go ahead, Pastor.
I don't mean to take you out your vein, but there's on the television program today, for the little babies, for the children, they have designed our children to watch. What's the name of that thing?
It's that Dave and Abel. It's a little nursery.
Maybe the women know about the children. David, they got the so-called black folks looking like monkeys.
What's that shirt they had a couple weeks ago? H&M.
Yeah.
King, what it was?
King of the Jungle.
King Money, he said monkey though.
Yep.
The coolest monkey in the jungle.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The black boy had the coolest monkey in the jungle, and the white boy had the coolest king or something like in the jungle.
Yeah.
No, really?
No,
Yeah.
He survived about the cracker in the Ritz box or something.
I heard about
I think
that.
they were saying that the mother she African, so that it don't matter.
Yeah, she had my anyway.
But what about little David Abel?
Yeah, they got, and I told my wife, I said, see, y'all don't even see the trick. Got our babies, 1, 2 years old, watching it, mesmerized. And they teaching them how to count, but they teaching them how to count with the blacks inferior to the whites. Got the blacks looking like monkeys, got the white folks looking like they're superior to them.
Yeah, like bad black sheep.
Let me. There was 9 in the bed, and one baby said, "Roll over, roll," and they all roll over, and they bump this. They monkeys,
Man.
but they black.
That's how they do it.
That go like with that.
Y'all laughing at me,
test. You see
but that's how they train our children from out of the womb.
Because why would you?
Subliminal message.
Why would you let your enemy train your child? That's what they gonna do.
That's what they gonna do.
That's what they gonna do. All right. We're
I
finna
got
go to
it.
Deuteronomy 32,
You want me to
21.
finish this?
Yeah, finish that up. Finish that up.
Where we at?
Verse 57 in
Okay.
second
Okay.
Ezra.
Amen.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
That's what they do.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hand.
Come on.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
How long shall this endure?
I thought.
All right. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 16. Deuteronomy 32, 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 16. Get it, say con.
Con, go ahead.
Huh?
Con, go ahead.
They provoke him to jealousy with strange gods, with abomination. Provoke they him to anger.
Keep going.
They sacrifice unto devils.
They sacrifice to who?
Unto devils,
Our people sacrifice unto devils.
not to God. To gods whom they knew not. To new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock that begot thee,
Which is Christ.
thou art unmindful,
They don't think about Christ. Or the which is the laws. Go ahead.
Come on.
and hast forgotten God that formed
We
thee.
forgot our God. Go ahead.
And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them.
Now what does the word abhorred mean?
Hate.
When God saw this, he abhorred us.
He hated
He
them.
hated us. That's what the word abhorred means.
Spy.
Go ahead.
Because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters.
Remember the Bible said, provoke not your sons and daughters to wrath. And that's what we did by letting them worship strange gods, so idol gods. Go ahead.
And he said, I will hide my face from them,
Most High God turned his face against us.
and I will see their end, and I will see what their end shall be.
So you keep worshiping these idol gods, Most High God turned around and said, let your rock God, let that idol save you. And he gonna see what your end is gonna be.
Let that Christmas tree save
Let
you.
that Christmas tree
Or that
save you.
turkey on that table.
Let that turkey save you. Let Buddha save you. Let Ishmael, what's that man's name? I'm gonna just say the moon god save you. Let him save you. Go ahead.
For they are very forward generation.
They're a very forward generation.
Forward generation. Children in whom is no faith.
Keep going.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanity.
Remember, the first commandment in Exodus chapter 20 and I think 1 was said, do not worship any other God before me. Right? Go ahead.
And I will, this is a heavy verse right here.
Yeah.
And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
So God said, remember we just said they are spittle? God said they are not a people. Keep going.
And I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
So these heathens that's over us, God considers them foolish. God don't even consider them people. But he going to put them over us. Because we put another God over him, so he going to put a foolish nation over us.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For a fire is kindled in my anger, and I shall burn, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
That's how mad we made the Most High God by
That's
serving these other
bring it
gods.
out.
By serving these heathen gods.
That's what I want to hear.
These pagan idol gods. All right, let's go to Sirach 17:17. All praise to the Most High. So these people that's over us, God don't even consider them a people. He considers them foolish. And he considers them not even spittle. They are nothing. They are beneath you. America tries to tell you that we all are created equal, but we just go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. God said you are above all these nations.
And he also said that he was going to provoke us to jealousy.
He provoked us to jealousy.
With these nations.
With these nations.
So when we see them in there for robbers and Bugattis, we like, hey man, why I can't have that, man?
All right, let's go back to Sirach 17:17. We're going to get back on division.
Amen.
Yeah, that's a good verse.
Bless you. Amen.
That's a good verse.
You got it?
What you want?
Sirach 17:17.
Yeah, I got that.
All right.
Come on.
And we're back on division.
Hold on, Pastor.
Yeah, come.
I gotta come.
I heard him say it earlier, so I was already there.
Yeah, and me too.
Oh, praise.
Now he's going to get his cheap thing. Now you see it.
You ready?
Amen.
For the divisions of the nations.
Or in the division.
For in the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
So the Most High God set a ruler over every people when he divided the nations.
But Israel is the lowest portion.
That goes back to Joel 2:27. The Most High God is our God.
That's right.
Ishmael got the rock God. I don't want to say his name. Christians got Jesus. Well, I shouldn't even say that. But the ages got, you know what I'm saying, that fat man sitting on the damn stump. So each nation got their own God.
Right.
But Israel, the Most High God, is our God, right?
That's right.
All right, keep going up.
Whom being his firstborn. I'm going to read that again.
Go ahead.
Right.
Because Christianity tells us Christ is the firstborn, which we know, but he said Israel is his firstborn.
That's a precept.
Come on.
And the Old Testament Israelites try to say that too.
Right.
Go ahead.
Whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and given him the light of his love, doeth not forsake him.
Do not forsake.
Do not forsake him.
So he gave us discipline. So I'm going to go to Proverbs and precept that at Proverbs 3:11.
Proverbs 3:11.
Yeah, Proverbs 3:11.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 11.
I'm going to read this real quick. Exodus 4:22 says, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Most High God, Israel is my son,
Come on.
even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. So that goes to show you that it was not talking about the Messiah when he said Israel is my firstborn. Go ahead.
What scripture?
That's Exodus.
Wait a minute, hold it.
Exodus 4:22.
Y'all ain't listening to this.
I heard. I
bro.
wanted to bring that
Did
out.
you,
to
baby?
You already had that precept already?
Oh, you got to bring that out.
All right. Exodus 4:22.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to
I got
Proverbs 3:11. All right.
Yeah, because I watch this. I'm finna get my little shot in Israel. See, the other night when I talked, I talked about what you just said about the name that is above every name. That's what you're talking about.
That's right.
Israel, his only son.
That's right.
Oh, y'all don't miss your shout no more.
All right. I'm going to read it. Exodus 4:22 and 23. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Most High God of Israel, thus saith the Most High God, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Most High met him and sought to kill him. So like the book of Exodus say, the Most High God is the man of war.
That's right.
And he did kill every firstborn
That's right.
for the Passover. During the Passover. That's when the Passover started. You got,
Yeah, I got you. Proverbs 3 and 11.
Proverbs 3 and 11 and 12.
The book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 11 and 12. My son, despise not the chastising of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth.
So, if the Most High God corrects those that he loves. So we see people out in the world, they say they're blessed, but they're not blessed by the Most High God. They're being blessed by the enemy. That we can read that in Matthew chapter 4. The world was given to the hands of the wicked. So if you see somebody that's saying they're blessed and they're not keeping laws, we know that the Most High God is not blessing them. And if we out here being wicked and we not being chastised, I will be worried.
Right.
I want the Most High God to chastise me, as a father would chastise his son. But we're not supposed to despise when we get chastised. We're not supposed to be despised when, not supposed to despise the Most High God when he take everything from us and knock us all the way down, and then build us back up, because we learning from what we did wrong. Hopefully we won't make that same mistake again. But like the Bible says, a righteous man falleth 7 times. As long as you get back up, but a wicked man stays in his folly.
I got that right on my doorpost.
Exactly. All praise.
Amen.
All right, go back to Sirach 17, 19. All the way to 21.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 17 through 21.
Yeah, go ahead.
19 through 21?
Yeah, 19.
19 through 21. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways.
No, sometimes.
Continually upon their ways.
So whatever our people think we getting away with, the Most High God, his eyes are continually on our ways. You can't hide. Go ahead.
None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord. But the Lord, being gracious and knowing his workmanship,
Oh my God, my God, my
created.
God, my God.
That's right.
My God, my God. Hey.
Neither left none forsook them, but spared them.
That's where that grace come in.
Oh
He
my
could have
God.
killed us a long time
Can I
ago.
read that one more time?
Read that again,
None of their unrighteous deed are hid before him, but all their sins,
Some of their sins.
all their sins,
Every now and then he see him. Some of his sins.
all their
Come on.
sins are before the Lord. But the Lord, being gracious and knowing his workmanship.
Explain that.
Knowing God, because the Most High God knows what he created. He knew us in the
come on,
womb.
teach.
He know us. He knows the beginning, the end at the beginning. He know what we're going to do. And go ahead, Pastor.
So I'm about to get
I
excited.
want you to read 18.
So you mean to tell me as messed up as I am, he knew it already?
He knew it already.
And he still want me?
He gave you a way out.
Ooh,
He
yeah.
will not
Yeah,
put no more on
yeah.
us that we can bear.
Come on.
That's what the book says.
Don't drive me right now.
Okay.
Don't drive me right now. You're going to have me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't do that.
You already did that.
He's going to have me up again.
Nah, red brother like red like just like your shirt this morning. I'm so sleepy.
And read that 18 again.
All right, verse 18. Whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline. He ain't nourished up with milk and honey.
With discipline.
New shoes, polo, with discipline, and giving him the light of his love.
Now, what is the light? Anybody?
The commandment.
Proverbs
The laws of the light.
6:23.
Right.
Proverbs 6:23. I'll read it real quick. Proverbs 6:23.
Come on, come
Let's
on.
explain what that light he gave us.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the way of life. To keep thee from the evil. Okay. For the
Don't get scared now.
Read the whole thing.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life. All praise.
All praise.
I'm not going to start that tonight.
No, I'm going home. You do what you want to do.
All right.
Praise.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 20.
1 Corinthians 10 and 20.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. All praises.
Amen. Amen.
All that's
1 Corinthians 10 and 20. Con.
Jump on me. I ain't bad. Calm.
And we read up to 19 on that Sirach.
Yeah.
We read all the way down to 21.
21.
Now these right here is the real Gentiles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
Remember, all the gods, all the idols of the world are devils. That's what keep
Well,
going.
that's good right there.
Can I start over?
Yeah, start over.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
So the Most High God said, we not supposed to be going to these Sunday churches, wherever the Muslims go. We're not supposed to be worshiping with them. We're not supposed to be holding hands with them. Keep going up.
Yeah, 21.
So read 21 too.
Ye expound on this one. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord. Let me read that one more time. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the tables of devils. Explain that.
Which means we can't be serving the Most High God and then go and do Thanksgiving or go and do these other high holidays these other nations do, because when they worship them things, they worshiping other gods, not our God. Right. Christmas ain't our God. Thanksgiving ain't our God. 4th of July ain't our God. Sunday is not our God. Buddha ain't our God.
Come on.
Ishmael ain't our God.
Come on.
All these other nations are not our gods. You cannot be lukewarm. You got to be either cold or hot. If not, the Most High God will split you out. Revelation 3:16.
True indeed. It's what it says in I think it's in Luke. You can't serve God and mammon.
You can't serve the Most High God.
Two masters.
You can't have two masters because you're gonna love one and hate the other.
Yeah.
You can't serve both of them, even to try to please your family members.
That's right.
My mom won't me to go to church with her, but I know I can't go to church with her. And the reason I can't go to church with her because I'm commanded in the book of Jeremiah to tear down their altars. If I see a cedar bush on the wall, I'm supposed to rip it down and burn it. So I know they don't want me to do that in that church. So I don't go to that church. That's what I have to do.
Verse 21 at the top, it said, ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord. What's that?
You cannot drink the cup of the Lord, which is the truth. And the cup of devils, that's the philosophies of those other gods. Those philosophies, right? That's right.
That's right.
Because they drunk. The cup, they drunk. They drunk not off, remember we read earlier, they're not drunk off of a strong drink.
Right.
They're drunk off the philosophies of these other gods.
Yes.
The philosophies of God love the sinner but hates the sin. No, God hates both of them.
Yeah,
Psalms 5 and 5.
That cup of the Lord is the living water.
It's the living water, exactly. Which is the Holy Bible, which is the scriptures.
That cup of the Lord is persecution. It's trials. It's tribulations. That's why Jesus Christ told his disciples, oh, you're going to drink this cup. Things ain't going to be sweet. When you drinking the cup of the devil, they ain't sweet. Everything's sweet.
That's Kool-Aid.
That's Kool-Aid.
That's super sweet Kool-Aid. With the sugar still in the bottom. Still got the sugar in the bottom. That's the cup of the devil right there.
Hey, you stir it up good, huh? All praises, man.
All right, 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Con.
Say that one more time.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14, 15 and 16.
I like that though, Will.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 14 to 15?
And 16.
And 16? Get it? Say con.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians verse 6 and 14.
6:14.
This go back what you just said.
Exactly.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
So we can't be hanging around people who don't believe. Go ahead.
For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? If I hang with crackheads, I'm going to eventually be crackheads.
Birds of a feather.
And what communion have light with darkness?
Now, we're not saying we can't go and prophesy and minister to them, but as far as me just going and hanging out with them, watching the game, barbecuing, no, I can't do that.
So we just go among them to compare them to get.
That's right. We just go among them to compel them to come back to the Most High God.
That's
but
right.
hanging with them, we can't
That's
do that.
right.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
And what concord have Christ with Baal?
Now, we know Christ never hung out with the devil.
Right.
That will be how we would look hanging out with people who are unbelievers. Go ahead.
Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel?
Infidel is an unbeliever. Go ahead.
Go back to 14.
Go back to 14.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
So now when we be going to all these games and to wrestling and we be stepping into the movies.
No, see, say if it's like me and my wife or me and my kids, I'm going to a movie, that I'm with them. I'm not with everybody in the theater.
Okay.
Or if I go to say I go out for drinks, a nice club, I'm with my wife. I go play pool. I'm with my wife. I'm not with these other people. But I don't go to clubs though.
So we're allowed to have a little strong, little cognac. And then we're gonna get some cognac.
You allowed. Remember the Bible says wine was made. What that scripture say? Wine was made to make men glad. We can drink as long as you don't get drunk.
Get
As long as you don't
drunk.
get drunk.
That's right. That's right.
Because then Christ drink wine.
Look at, put your hand down.
I'm gonna give me a strong drink now.
No, you better not get no trouble. You got her hands up.
Hey, I'm with you, lady. First lady, I'm with you. I'm with you like you right here. Hey, and guess what? We ain't breaking the law either.
We clean up and we stand up. And once we can stand up like a man on our own feet, we stop begging the white man. And we stop apologizing to the white man. We stop compromising with the white man. Then the world will look at us with recognition and then respect.
They don't wanna see us together. Forever. Wake up! Turn on the news, ain't nothing new. Couple killings, soldiers murdering innocent civilians. 100,000 kids missing, wouldn't believe what they was doing to these little children. If you knew, you know exactly how I'm feeling. It's a cold world, but it's just getting chilly. I guess freedom ain't free. Guess you gotta pay a cost to succeed. Join the army, that ain't all you can be. Instead of listening, you rather argue with me. If it's a price on your soul, they'll pay for it. Some of these industry cats I hate, boy. Fake bloods don't ride on a skateboard. Their decision, all I can do is pray for them. Can you believe Christ died for our sins? For us to turn around and do them again?